Hello, everyone, and welcome to English with Nija, the place where learning English becomes simple, enjoyable, and part of your everyday life. If this is your first time joining us, we're so happy you're here. Whether you're learning English for work, school, travel, interviews, or simply to communicate with people around the world, you've come to the right place. I'm your host for today's conversation, and with me is my wonderful co-host.
Hello, everyone. It's so nice to be here with you today. Welcome to English with Nija. Today's episode is very special because we're going to talk about something that almost every English learner asks. How do I start learning English from the beginning? If you've ever thought, I don't know any English, my vocabulary is very small, I'm afraid of making mistakes, I understand a little, but I can't speak, I don't know where to begin, then today's conversation is made especially for you.
Exactly. Many people believe that learning English is difficult. Some think they are too old. Some think they are not intelligent enough. Others compare themselves with fluent speakers and immediately lose confidence. But today, we'd like to tell you something very important. Every fluent English speaker was once a beginner. Nobody was born speaking English perfectly. Learning a language is a journey, and every journey begins with one small step.
That's right. Imagine a baby learning to speak. Does the baby begin with difficult grammar? No. Does the baby memorize thousands of words? No. The baby starts by listening, then copying, then speaking one word, then two words, then short sentences. Little by little, the baby becomes a fluent speaker. Learning English works in a very similar way.
Exactly. The problem is that many adults try to skip the beginning. They want to speak perfectly on the first day. They worry too much about grammar. They memorize long vocabulary lists. They become frustrated because they can't remember everything. Eventually, they give up. But today, we're going to learn a much better way.
Today's conversation isn't about studying harder, it's about studying smarter. We're going to show you how to build your English step by step. No pressure, no fear, just small daily improvements.
Let's begin with a simple question. Emma, when someone asks you, where should I start learning English? What do you usually say?
I always say the same thing. Start with listening. Not grammar, not writing, not difficult books, just listening.
Some people might be surprised by that answer. Why listening?
Because listening helps your brain become familiar with English. Think about music. If you hear the same song every day, what happens? Eventually, you remember the lyrics without trying. Your brain naturally remembers patterns. English works the same way. The more English you hear, the more familiar it becomes.
That makes perfect sense. Many beginners think, I don't understand anything. But that's okay. You don't need to understand every word. Even understanding one or two words is progress.
Exactly. Let's imagine a beginner hears this sentence. Good morning. How are you today? At first, maybe they only recognize morning. After listening many times, they understand good morning. Later, they understand how are you? Finally, they understand the entire sentence. Learning happens gradually.
That's a very important lesson. Don't expect instant understanding. Instead, enjoy small improvements every day. Now, let's talk about another common mistake. Many beginners spend hours memorizing vocabulary. What do you think about that?
Vocabulary is important, but memorizing random words isn't very helpful. For example, imagine you memorize these words: elephant, mountain, dictionary, rocket, umbrella. Can you have a conversation? Probably not. Instead, learn words that people use every day. Words like hello, thank you, please, sorry. Water, food, home, work, friend, family. These words appear in daily conversations all the time.
That's excellent advice. Let's imagine someone learns just 10 useful words every week. It doesn't sound like much, but after 1 year, that's more than 500 useful words, enough to understand many daily conversations.
Exactly. Learning English isn't about speed, it's about consistency. Even 15 minutes every day is better than studying 3 hours once a month.
I love that. Let's say someone is very busy. They have work, family responsibilities, housework. Can they still improve?
Absolutely. English can become part of daily life. For example, while brushing your teeth, listen to English. While cooking, listen to English. Driving, listen to English. Walking, listen to English. Waiting for the bus, review 5 words. Small moments become powerful learning opportunities.
That's something many people forget. Learning doesn't always mean sitting at a desk. It can happen anywhere. Now let's discuss speaking. Many beginners are afraid to speak. Why do you think that happens?
Because they're afraid of making mistakes, they think, what if people laugh? What if my pronunciation is wrong? What if my grammar isn't perfect? These fears stop many learners. But the truth is, mistakes are teachers. Every mistake helps you improve.
I remember my own learning experience. Every time I made a mistake, I learned something new. If I never made mistakes, I wouldn't improve.
Exactly. Imagine learning to ride a bicycle. Did you ride perfectly on the first day? Of course not. Maybe you fell, maybe you lost balance, but eventually you learned. English is the same.
Let's practice a very simple conversation. Imagine 2 beginners meeting for the first time. I'll start. Hello.
Hello,
What's your name?
my name is Emma. What's your name?
My name is Ryan. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. Where are you from?
I'm from Canada. How about you?
I'm from Australia. It's nice to talk with you.
See? That conversation used very simple English, no difficult grammar, no advanced vocabulary, yet it was a real conversation.
That's the goal. Don't try to sound like a university professor. Speak simply. Simple English is powerful English. Many fluent speakers use simple sentences every day.
Let's talk about pronunciation. Many learners think they need a perfect accent. Is that necessary?
Not at all. Your goal isn't to sound exactly like an American, British, Australian, or Canadian speaker. Your goal is to be understood. Clear pronunciation is much more important than having a perfect accent.
That's very encouraging. Sometimes learners stop speaking because they're embarrassed by their accent, but every accent tells a story. There's nothing wrong with having an accent.
Exactly. Millions of people around the world speak English with different accents. Communication matters much more than perfection.
Now let's imagine the first week of learning English. What should a beginner do?
Day 1, learn greetings. Hello, hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Practice saying them naturally. Day 2, learn introductions. My name is, I am, nice to meet you. Day 3, learn numbers, 1 to 20. Day 4, learn family words, mother, father, brother, sister, friend, family. Day 5, learn common verbs, eat, drink, go, come, sleep, read, write. Day 6, listen to short English conversations. Even if you don't understand everything, keep listening. Day 7, review everything. Repeat, practice out loud. Don't rush to learn something new until you're comfortable with what you've already studied.
That's such a practical plan. It's simple enough that anyone can follow.
Exactly. Learning English doesn't have to feel overwhelming. It becomes much easier when you focus on one small step at a time.
There's another habit I'd recommend. Talk to yourself in English. People sometimes think that's strange, but it's one of the best ways to practice. You can say things like, I'm making breakfast. I'm going to work. I need some water. It's a beautiful day. These short sentences help you think directly in English instead of translating every word.
I completely agree. The goal isn't to speak perfectly. The goal is to make English a natural part of your daily life. Even if you're alone, your voice deserves practice. The more you speak, the more confident you'll become.
As we continue our conversation, we're going to explore the daily habits that help beginners build confidence, remember new words more easily, and start understanding.
That's a wonderful point, Emma. Many people believe they need hours of free time every day to improve their English, but that's simply not true. Let's imagine two students. The first student studies English for 3 hours on Sunday and then doesn't study again for the rest of the week. The second student studies for just 20 minutes every day. After 1 month, who do you think will improve more?
Without a doubt, the second student. Learning a language is like watering a plant. If you give the plant a little water every day, it grows strong and healthy. If you pour a huge bucket of water once a week and ignore it the rest of the time, it won't grow as well. Your English is the same. Small daily practice creates lasting improvement.
I like that example. Let's build a simple daily routine for a beginner. Imagine you wake up in the morning. What's the first thing you can do in English?
You can start with very easy sentences. Good morning. Today is a new day. I feel happy. I feel sleepy. I'm ready to learn. Even saying these sentences aloud helps your brain switch into English mode.
Then, while getting ready for work or school, you can name the things around you. Mirror, toothbrush, soap, towel, shirt, shoes, bag, phone, keys. You don't have to make difficult sentences. Just recognizing these words is already helping you build your vocabulary.
Exactly. Many beginners think vocabulary only comes from books, but your home is actually a wonderful classroom. Walk around your room and ask yourself, what is this? Then answer, this is a chair. This is a table. This is a window. This is a door. These simple exercises help you connect English with real life.
And once those words become familiar, you can add short descriptions. This is a big table. This is a blue chair. The window is open. The door is closed. Now you're naturally learning adjectives too.
That's the beauty of learning step by step. You don't need to memorize long grammar rules first. You build your English naturally. Children learn this way, and adults can learn this way too.
Let's talk about another important habit, keeping an English notebook. Do you recommend that?
Absolutely, but I suggest keeping it simple. Don't write hundreds of words every day. Instead, choose 5 useful words. For example, breakfast, lunch, dinner, hungry, delicious. Now write one simple sentence for each word. I eat breakfast at 7. Lunch is at 1 o'clock. Dinner is with my family. I am hungry. This food is delicious. 5 words, 5 sentences. That's enough for one day.
That sounds much less stressful than memorizing 50 words, and because the words are connected with daily life, they're easier to remember.
Exactly. Our brains remember meaningful information much better than random information. That's why context is so important. Don't just learn the word apple. Learn a sentence. I eat an apple every morning. Now your brain remembers both the word and how it's used.
Let's move on to listening practice. Many beginners say native speakers talk too fast. What should they do?
First, don't worry. Every learner feels that way in the beginning. When you first hear English, it may sound like one very long word, but with regular listening, your ears begin to recognize individual words. The key is to listen to material that's designed for beginners, short conversations, clear pronunciation, slow and natural speaking. That's much better than jumping straight into fast movies.
So it's okay if someone listens to the same conversation many times.
Not only is it okay, it's one of the best learning methods. The first time, you may understand 10%. The second time, 20%. The third time, maybe 40%. By the 10th time, you'll notice words that you completely missed before. Repetition trains your ears.
That's encouraging because many people think repeating is boring, but actually, repetition builds confidence.
Exactly. Professional musicians repeat songs. Athletes repeat movements. Pilots repeat training. Language learners should repeat English. There's nothing boring about improving.
Let's imagine a beginner who knows only 100 English words. Can that person have a conversation?
Yes, they can. It may be a short conversation, but communication is possible. For example, hello. Hello. How are you? I'm fine, thank you. What's your name? My name is Sarah. Where are you from? I'm from India. Do you speak English? A little. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. That conversation doesn't require thousands of words. It requires confidence.
That's such an important message. Confidence grows through action, not through waiting. Many learners say, "I'll speak when my English becomes perfect." But perfection never comes first. Speaking comes first. Improvement follows.
Exactly. Think of learning English like learning to swim. You can't become a good swimmer by reading books about swimming. Eventually, you have to get into the water. Similarly, you can't become a confident English speaker by only studying grammar. Eventually, you have to speak.
Speaking of grammar, let's discuss something many beginners worry about. Do beginners need to study complicated grammar from the first day?
No, grammar is important, but it should support communication, not stop it. For example, if you say, I go market yesterday, the grammar isn't perfect, but people understand your meaning. Later, you'll learn the correct sentence, I went to the market yesterday. Improvement happens naturally over time. Don't let grammar make you afraid to speak.
I completely agree. Communication first, accuracy grows with practice. Now here's another fun activity. Describe your day in simple English every evening. For example, today I woke up at 6. I had breakfast. I went to work. I talked to my friend. I came home. I watched television. I studied English. I went to bed. Even if these are simple sentences, you're practicing real English.
And if you don't know a word, don't stop. Use another word you already know. For example, if you forget the word refrigerator, you can say, the place where I keep food cold. Communication is about sharing ideas, not using perfect vocabulary.
That's a valuable tip. Many learners stop speaking because they can't remember one word. Instead, keep talking. Find another way to explain it. That's exactly what fluent speakers do sometimes.
Let's also talk about reading. Some beginners think they should start with long novels. I don't recommend that. Start with very short texts, children's stories, simple dialogues, easy news written for English learners. The goal isn't to finish a difficult book. The goal is to understand what you're reading.
And while reading, don't stop for every unknown word. Try to understand the general meaning first, then look up only the most important words. Otherwise, reading becomes frustrating.
Exactly. Learning should feel challenging, but not impossible. If every sentence feels difficult, choose easier material. Success builds motivation. Motivation builds consistency. Consistency builds fluency.
I love that sequence. Success, motivation, consistency, fluency. It's a reminder that learning English is a journey made up of many small victories.
And remember, celebrate those victories. The first time you understand an English podcast, the first time you introduce yourself confidently, the first time you order food in English, the first time you watch a short video without subtitles. These moments matter. They show that you're moving forward.
Exactly. Don't compare yourself to someone who has been learning English for 10 years. Compare yourself to the person you were last month. If you know more words, understand more conversations, or feel more confident than before, you're making progress. That's what truly matters.
Every learner has a different journey. Some improve quickly, others need more time. Neither path is wrong. The important thing is to keep learning and never stop believing that you can become a confident English speaker.
One of the biggest changes every English learner experiences is the moment they stop translating every sentence in their head. At the beginning, that's completely normal. You hear an English sentence, your brain changes it into your native language, then you think of your answer in your native language, finally, you translate it back into English. That process takes time.
Yes, and that's why beginners often feel that speaking English is slow and difficult. But here's the good news. You don't have to translate forever. With enough listening and speaking practice, your brain starts thinking directly in English. It doesn't happen overnight, but it does happen.
Let's imagine a simple situation. You see a cup of coffee. Instead of thinking the word in your native language first, train yourself to think, coffee. Then continue. This is hot coffee. I like coffee. I drink coffee every morning. These simple thoughts help your brain build English naturally.
Exactly. Try this exercise every day. Look around your room and describe what you see. There is a chair. There is a window. The light is on. My phone is on the table. The room is clean. At first, you'll speak slowly. That's okay. Speed comes later. The important thing is to keep thinking in English.
Another great habit is asking yourself questions in English. For example, what time is it? What am I doing now? What will I eat for dinner? Then answer those questions in English. This creates a real conversation inside your mind.
That's one of my favorite exercises because you don't need a partner. You can practice anytime. You're waiting for a bus? Ask yourself, where am I going? Answer, I'm going to work. You're cooking dinner? Ask, what am I making? Answer, I'm making rice and vegetables. Simple conversations like these build confidence every single day.
Let's talk about pronunciation again. Many learners believe they need a perfect accent before speaking, but that's not true. The goal is to speak clearly, not perfectly.
Absolutely. Clear pronunciation comes from listening carefully and repeating what you hear. Choose a short sentence. Listen to it. Pause the audio. Repeat it. Listen again. Repeat again. This method is called shadowing, and it's one of the most effective ways to improve pronunciation and speaking rhythm.
Let's try it together. I'll say a sentence, then you repeat after me. Ready? Good morning. How are you today?
Now let's say it together. Good morning. How are you today? Excellent. Here's another one. I'm learning English every day. Again, I'm learning English every day. Wonderful. The more you repeat, the more natural English begins to sound.
Another common question beginners ask is, should I learn British English or American English? What do you think?
I think beginners shouldn't worry about that. Choose one style that you enjoy listening to. The most important thing is consistency. Whether it's British, American, Australian, or another English accent, you'll still be learning the same language. People from around the world understand one another because communication is more important than accent.
Exactly. Now let's discuss building confidence when talking to other people. Imagine you're meeting someone for the first time. You don't need long, complicated sentences. Simple English is enough. For example, hello, how are you? What's your name? Where are you from? What do you do? Do you like learning English? These questions can start many conversations.
And don't be afraid of pauses. Sometimes learners think they must answer immediately. It's okay to take a moment to think. Native speakers pause too. A short pause doesn't mean you're failing. It simply means you're thinking.
That's an important reminder. Let's imagine another daily conversation. I'll begin. Good afternoon. How was your day?
It was good. I had a busy day at work. How about you?
My day was good too. After work, I went for a short walk. Now I'm practicing English.
That's great. What did you learn today?
I learned some new vocabulary and practiced speaking aloud. It was fun.
Excellent. See how simple that conversation is? You don't need advanced grammar to communicate. You only need useful words and confidence.
Let's move on to one of the biggest challenges, remembering vocabulary. Many learners complain, "I learn new words today, but tomorrow I forget them." Why does that happen?
Because they only read the word once. Our brains remember information through repetition and use. If you learn the word travel, don't stop there. Use it several times. I like to travel. Travel is exciting. I want to travel next year. My family loves to travel. The more you use a word, the stronger it becomes in your memory.
That's a fantastic technique. Another helpful idea is learning words in groups instead of individually. For example, kitchen, plate, spoon, fork, knife, cup, glass. Now your brain connects these words because they belong to the same place.
Exactly. Or learn words about work, office, computer, meeting, manager, email, project. These word groups help you speak about real situations much more easily.
Let's also talk about making English enjoyable. Some people think studying means sitting quietly with a grammar book for hours, but learning can be fun. Watch simple English videos, listen to English podcasts, sing English songs, play vocabulary games, read short stories. The more enjoyable learning becomes, the longer you'll continue without feeling tired.
That's true. If learning feels like a punishment, you'll eventually stop. But if it becomes part of your hobbies, you'll keep improving without feeling tired. Enjoy the journey. Celebrate every small success.
Here's another tip. Don't be afraid to speak with other learners. Many people wait until they can speak with native speakers, but practicing with another learner is also valuable. Both of you are learning together. Both of you understand what it's like to make mistakes, and together you'll become more confident.
Exactly. Remember, the purpose of English is communication. It's okay if your conversation isn't perfect. The important thing is that you're using the language. Every conversation teaches you something new.
Let's imagine a learner after 6 months of daily practice. Will they know every English word? No. Will they understand every movie? Probably not, but they'll notice amazing progress. They'll understand much more than before. They'll speak with greater confidence, they'll think faster in English, and most importantly, they'll enjoy using the language.
That's what success looks like. Not perfection, progress. Every new word you learn, every conversation you have, every podcast you listen to, every sentence you speak, all of these small steps bring you closer to fluency.
Before we continue into the final part of today's conversation, let's remember one important message. Never tell yourself, "My English is bad." Instead, say, "My English is improving every day." Your mindset matters. Believe in yourself. Stay patient. Keep practicing. And trust the learning process.
Exactly. In the final part of our conversation, we'll bring everything together. We'll review the most important lessons we've learned, share simple habits that will help you continue improving for months and years, answer a few final beginner questions, and leave you with the confidence and motivation to continue your English learning journey every single day. The conversation continues from here.